Hari Om girls. In the elective course Information Security, we are currently discussing module 2. In our previous sessions, we have seen the basics of symmetric key cipher. Then the Kirchhoff's principle was discussed. We also discussed the cryptanalysis part of symmetric key cipher. Then the two broad categories of traditional ciphers are there: substitution cipher and transposition cipher. We have completed the two types of substitution ciphers, monoalphabetic and polyalphabetic ciphers. That includes the cryptanalysis part of all the ciphers. In this video, we are going to talk about the transposition cipher. We have seen the transposition cipher does not substitute one symbol for another. Instead, it changes the position of the symbols. It means the transposition cipher reorders the symbol, whereas the substitution cipher replaces a symbol for a plain text character, whereas the transposition cipher is not going to substitute a symbol. Instead, it is going to change the position of the symbol. It looks like the plain text character will be in a jumbled form, or you can say it is scrambled. Now, all the simple transposition ciphers in the early period were keyless transposition ciphers. Actually, there are two simple methods for permutation of characters in the keyless transposition cipher. In method 1, the plain text will be written into a table of fixed width row by row, and then we transmit it column by column. Whereas in the second method, the plain text will be written into a table of fixed width of column by column, and then it will be transmitted row by row to get the cipher text. I repeat, in the first method, the text will be written into a table row by row where the width will be fixed, and then we transmit it column by column. Whereas in the second method, the plain text will be written into a table column by column of fixed width, and then we transmit it by row to get the cipher text. So these are the two methods popularly used, and we call it as keyless transposition cipher. For example, in the first method, let us assume that this is the message that we want to transmit, and this plain text is now written row by row with fixed width. What is the width we are going to use here? 6 is the width we are going to use here. So your plain text will be written like this. So this is the plain text we want to transmit. We will be writing it like, the weather is so nice that we want to play. So this is the message we want to send. So we are writing it row by row, and you can observe the width of the row is fixed as 6. So once you have written it as row by row, the cipher text will be generated column by column. So what happens? The resulting output would be column by column. So you will have T, T, S, T, W, P, then H, H, O, H, A, L. Like that, we will be generating the cipher text column by column. So that is the first method, what we have seen here, first method. Whereas in the second method, what we are going to do, we write the plain text column by column, then we are going to generate the cipher text using row by row method. So let us see this example. So the plain text which we want to transmit is this one. Okay, so this is the plain text. Now what I am going to do, I am going to write this plain text into column by column. So I am writing it column by column. I am writing it column by column. Then we are going to transmit it row by row. I am going to transmit it row by row. So I transmit it like this. Then the second row, third row, fourth row, and so on. Right? So your resulting ciphertext will be like this. Okay. Now if you observe here, they are using this particular format. Instead of just taking it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we are going to change the order here. So you will get 3, 2, 4, 5, 1 as the key. 3, 2, 4, 5, 1 is the key. So the third column will be returned first, then the second column, then the fourth column, then the fifth column, then the first column. So this kind of transposition can also be included. So instead of writing simply the row by row value, what they have done, the order is also specified as a key, and then they are writing as per the key. So instead of simply writing the first column, second column, third column, fourth column, and fifth column, I am just reordering it as 3, 2, 4, 5, 1, and then we write the values. So the third column value will be returned first, then the second column, then the fourth column, then the fifth column value, and the first column value. Okay. The same way for the second row also, I write the third column here, then the second column, then the fourth column, then the fifth column, then I write the first column. So this is how we are going to use the second method. So this is one version of the second method. So let us see the other versions of first method and second method. So these are one versions of the first method and second method, which I call the permutation of characters done with method 1 and method 2 in a particular version, right? Now the same method 1 and method 2 is also having another version which we are going to have as a keyless transposition cipher itself. So in general, the transposition cipher categories can be keyless transposition cipher, or you can have keyed transposition cipher, or you can have both the approaches combined together. So these are the three categories of transposition cipher. Out of these three categories, we are going to talk about the keyless transposition cipher now. We have already seen the very early method of keyless transposition cipher that uses permutation of characters in these two methods, right? So the same is repeated again here in a different version. Let us see how the first method is used. What is the first method? First method is nothing but writing the text into row by row, then transmitting it into column by column. So that is what we are going to do here. And this method is what we call as rail fence cipher. And here the cipher text is created reading the pattern row by row. Okay. Now, for example, if Alice wants to send a message to Bob, meet me at the park. This is the message she wants to send. And what she is going to do, she is going to write the plain text in 2 lines as a zigzag pattern. And so if you look this pattern, it looks like a rail fence. That is why we call it as rail fence cipher. So we write it in 2 lines. And the characters will be M-E-E-T, M-E at the park. This is how we are going to write the plain text. So Alice will first write the plain text like this. Then she is going to create the ciphertext. How she is going to create the ciphertext? She will be writing row by row. Correct? She is going to write the first row, then she is going to write the second row. So MEMATE. So she is writing it column by column, write it row by row, then transmit it by column by column. So write it row by row, first row, second row, first row, second. So you will be writing it MEET, MEAT like that. Then create the ciphertext column by column. So you will have MEMATEAK. Then this row ETETHPR. This is what we call as the rail fence cipher. So instead of simply saying it as method 1, this rail fence cipher is specifically used as a keyless transposition cipher. Another keyless transposition cipher is Alice and Bob agree on a number of columns and she is going to use the second method. Let us see how it is done. Here Alice will be writing the plain text row by row in the table of 4 columns. Then meet me at the park. Then she will be creating the ciphertext column by column. Okay. So MEMTAEEHREAEK. So this is how we will be generating the ciphertext. So this is another method of keyless transposition cipher. Now you can see the above example is actually a transposition cipher, and here the permutation of each character in the plain text into ciphertext is based on the positions. Like the first position is coming as the first position itself, whereas the second position is coming as 5th position, and the third one is coming at 9th position, fourth one coming at 13th position, and so on. So that is why the first position character is coming as the first position character itself, whereas the second position is coming as the 5th position. So you can see here the second position character is in the 5th position, and the third position character is in the 9th position, and so on. Okay. So this, sorry, not this one, this one. This is the 9th position, and the 4th character is in the 13th position. So 4th character is in the 13th position here. Then 5th character is in the 2nd position. So 5th character is this one, it comes into the 2nd position. So the second character in the plain text is moved to the 5th position in the ciphertext, and the third character is moved to the 9th position, and so on. Now, although if you see the characters are permuted, there is a pattern in the permutation, right? So what is the pattern? The first character is coming in the first position itself, second character in the 5th position, third character in the 9th position, fourth character in the 13th position, right? The first 4 characters are like this, and the next 4 characters are having the position as 2, 6, 10, 13. Then the third set of characters are 3, 7, 11, 15, and the last one is 8 and 12. Now if you see in each section, the difference between 2 adjacent numbers is 4. So if this value is known to the attacker, then obviously the keyless transposition cipher can be easily broken by the attacker, right? So these are the different versions of keyless transposition cipher. So actually you can say the rail fence cipher is also using this particular method, writing it column by column, then transmitting it row by row. Write it column by column, MEET, then ME, like that. So these can be considered as columns, right? Column, and then it will be transmitted into row by row. So we could write it row by row. So I think that will be the best explanation for the Railfen cipher. Instead of saying it as the first method, this method, writing it row by row and then transmitting it column by column, we can say the Railfen cipher is also writing the plain text into column by column, then it is transmitting row by row. So that is what is done here in the Railfen cipher, and here we actually write it row by row, then we transmit it column by column. So these are the different keyless transposition ciphers coming under transposition cipher. So in the next video we will be talking about the keyed transposition cipher. Thank you.